Patina is a funny thing, and it's definitely a term that gets linked to age or wear on an item as an indication of character. Now, for our purposes, we're going to focus on the usage of the term as it pertains to menswear, which is usually an aesthetically pleasing sign of age or use. So why do people like the look of patina? I would argue it's because it's something that's earned. If you see a really cool item and it's just got a lot of cool wear marks on it, and you could tell that thing's been used for years and years and years, you can't fake that. That's something that has to be earned. Now, there are ways of distressing things, but for the most part, true patina, you can't match it. Now, nowhere is this more true than with leather goods. So leather has this way of picking up wear that looks really, really pleasing, and it looks better the longer you have it and the more you beat up on it, in my opinion. So this is my old Coach briefcase, and I got this on eBay many years ago. As a matter of fact, this was probably the first briefcase that I ever bought. Now, I've reviewed dozens and dozens of briefcases, yet I still use this one. Now, why would I continue to use something that's obviously in much worse shape than something that's brand new? Well, it's because of the patina and how much that tells about the history of the thing. Now, some of this was on here, and like I said, you can't fake patina, but you can inherit somebody else's. So the edges here, they're all kind of worn away and distressed, and this didn't look like this when it came out of the factory. I mean, you know, Coach is very high-end, but it's just gotten better. Everything about it, I mean, nothing is falling apart. There's not even any loose stitching anywhere. It's beautiful. It's a floppy briefcase now. There's nail marks here from when you go and pick it up by the handle, but that's the cool thing about leather, is that it just looks better with age. Another place that I think patina looks especially good is on footwear, especially boots. Now, these are the Allen Edmonds Odenwald. You've seen these on the channel before. My favorite boots that I've ever owned, and I have quite a few, but for some reason I always come back to these. And I think it's kind of funny because we go through all of these different processes to keep our shoes looking brand new, whether it's restoring them, polishing them, having them sent out to be resold. We want them to kind of keep looking new, but really, I embrace the wear. I love the fact that it has scratches on the toe and there's some creasing here and discoloration. I mean, it's part of what makes it mine, and I just love all those little wear marks, all that patina. Now, I didn't even realize this, but check this out. So in the background, do you see that door over there? That is a perfect example of what age will do to a particular good, even painted wood. So come over here and check this thing out. This is pretty neat. So you can pretty clearly see that at one point this was a solid colored door, but over time and in the extreme cold and heat that we have in New England, it's sort of like it's kind of come apart and created this snakeskin. Now, if you remember my video where I moved out of this room, I showed this door, and actually I've replaced it, so that's the door now. It's a new door, insulated, but this is the old one, and I just want to keep it because of this really cool snakeskin pattern that happened. I mean, look at that. I mean, try to get that to happen naturally. That's just so cool. So you can see that it's little pieces of the paint that have pulled away over time. And that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about, you know? I mean, you can't buy that kind of look. That's something that is only, I mean, that's really happenstance, but now that's not gonna be everybody's cup of tea. Of course, most people are gonna want a door like that in their home, but look at that. Isn't that cool? I would argue that the place where patina is the most desired is in the world of denim. Now, people who are really into denim love their fades for the most part. They really like the way that over time a pair of nice raw denim fades and it shows the way you used it. And I gotta agree, it looks really, really cool. Now, I remember I actually got a comment from a guy who had a spot in his pocket, and he always kept a pen with him that he was given by his grandmother, and it had faded near that pen. It showed that wear mark. Now, that's something that would be totally unique to that guy and the way he carries stuff. It's so cool, and it's neat to see. As a matter of fact, the jeans that I have on right now, these are a pair of Clutch Monkey jeans that I've had for a long time. And they're starting to show some really cool whiskering, a little bit of wear around the back pocket where I have my wallet. And, you know, to a lot of people, this might be something that is, you know, starting to kind of tell you that you may want to look at replacing your jeans, but I like it a lot, and especially if you have some nice high quality denim. And I think it looks better when it's worn in. Now, of course, plenty of people like their stuff looking brand new, and maybe we're just stuck in this current trend of barnwood and the shabby chic look, but I really like patina, you know, not only for the fact that it shows the way you wear something, but it can also be a good indicator of quality. Let me explain. A lot of times, if you have something that's really, really well made, it'll wear in an aesthetically pleasing way, and it'll actually look better and function better for it. Leather becomes softer, denim becomes softer, and it just feels more custom made to the way that you use it. If you buy something at H&M, it likely won't last long enough to develop any kind of patina, and it sure as hell won't look any better for it. So how do you develop that aesthetically pleasing patina? Well, as I mentioned, there are ways to fake it, like pre-distressed jeans and stuff, but the best thing to do, in my opinion, is to buy things in as natural and raw a form as possible. So I'm talking about raw vegetable tanned leather, like my Hollows leather belt here. Now, you may remember when I first reviewed this belt, it had a very almost peach color to it. It's darkened quite a bit since then, and that's just because of use and actually putting it on every day, and the oils from my skin and just dirt. I mean, a lot of it is just dirt that's getting picked up. And even on the back here, check out this here. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but a little bit of indigo transfer has happened here. So the indigo from my jeans has transferred to the back side of the belt. You can definitely see where I buckle it. I mean, look at that right there. It's very clear. And this is just something that's gonna darken and actually look better with age. So try to choose items which are raw and natural, which don't have any kind of coating or protective layer on them. And the last thing you could do, and the most important, is just use your stuff. Use it as much as you can and every day, and maybe don't be too careful with it. I mean, really, use it the way you would. If you're buying something that's really good quality, use it hard. It'll look better for it, and it should be able to take the abuse, and you will be rewarded with a really cool looking patina. Here's an old roll of copper flashing that I found, and you can see very clearly the green in there and how it's sort of changed color. The cool thing is that it hasn't been unrolled, so I'm hoping that when I unroll this, you'll be able to kind of see how it looks and the difference that a little bit of time and age can make on some metal or anything else for that matter. So that's a very good classic example of what patina means, especially as it pertains to copper. But let's get back to menswear. As I mentioned before, patina can be faked, and there's so many people who say, oh, you shouldn't wear pre-distressed jeans, it's cheating, all that stuff. Listen, if you like something and you just don't have the time, energy, or even just the desire to put into something to develop patina, don't let anybody else tell you what is and isn't cool. If you're into the pre-distressed look and that's what you like, by all means, go for it. This is all a personal thing. So, what do you think of patina? Do you like patina? Is it something that you covet in the pieces that you own and look forward to developing over time? Or is it something that is an indicator to you that it's time to buy something new? I know that people fall really, really strongly into either camp, so I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say on the matter. So please let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time.